Come to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Coming up this hour, the Bank of Ghana has been increasing dollar support to cushion its major trading currencies. The Ghana cedi has come under pressure over the past 1 week. This is due to pickup in dollar demand during that period by some businesses in the country. There has not been any official reason for the cedi's recent challenges. However, some market analysts say it is due to the level of recovery by the Ghana cedi after the country secured the IMF program, which was below expectation. The development foiled a lot of demand by businesses, with some warning that depreciation could set in again. Well, checks by Joy Business with some of the bank treasuries indicate that the Bank of Ghana has been heavy on the market over the past 3 days with dollar support. Joy Business understands that since Tuesday, the Bank of Ghana has been on the market with some $7 million a day. It is believed that some of these interventions have gone a long way to help with the Ghana cedi stability over the past 2 days. But the question on the minds of a lot of market watchers is that, is this stability sustainable? More on the financial sector. Ecobank Ghana has declared no dividend payment to its shareholders for the 2022 financial year. Well, this is due to a loss of 27 million cedis. The bank attributed the loss to net impairment charges of 1.7 billion cedis arising from the debt restructuring by government. Managing Director Dan Saki, however, remains confident that the bank will recover and return to profitability by the end of this year. He spoke to Joy Business at the 35th Annual General Meeting of the bank.
The bank's loss was a complete reversal of its pre-tax profit of 893.732 million Ghana cedis made in 2021. Ecobank Ghana PLC delivered total revenue of 2.97 billion Ghana cedis in 2022, 40.3% higher than the previous year. Mr. Saki entreated customers of the bank to be wary of fraudsters within the space.
As you are aware, the impact of the DDEP meant that all banks had to take some level of impairment. What is most important for us is to confirm that revenue generation prior to the impairment was very high. The bank's revenue base is widely diversified, equal contribution by all the 4 business units of the bank. Going forward, we are aware that when you exchange bonds with coupons averaging around 25%, for new bonds that will earn around between 9 to 12%, then we expect that revenue from bonds will decline going forward. However, it's also important to point out that the bank's investments are not just in bonds, but then liquidity has been deployed into loans and other assets. Whilst we expect that interest revenue from these assets will come down compared to what was there last year due to the expected reduction in inflation, we believe that that would also reflect positively on the cost side. We are expecting that the level of inflation that drove most of the costs that we incurred should come down. We also expect to start seeing the benefits of the automation that we've implemented across the year. We believe that the future of banking is digital. We believe that we'll continue to serve more of our clients via the digital channels. And our expectation is that we'll start reaping the benefits from the investment in digitalization. And that should contribute towards, 1, lower cost to serve, and 2, a better customer experience for the bank. We'd also like to use this opportunity to educate our clients, inform them, sensitize them on the need to keep personal information safe.
Maintain that the bank will continue to develop systems to safeguard customers' data.
And we expect that with the conclusion of the IMF staff level agreement, obviously there are other stages. There will be monitoring, ongoing monitoring of Ghana's performance. We expect that that will impact on different sectors in different manners. We will be reviewing our appetite for lending to each of the sectors based on the way they rebound. Obviously, all the sectors are not going to rebound in the same manner. We expect some sectors will rebound faster and some sectors might be a bit late in rebounding. So our asset allocation will be based upon what we see as opportunities in the market. But overall, we are optimistic that with the resolution of the debt overhang, we believe that the various sectors should respond also positively.
EcoBank Ghana says it remains confident in its capacity to recover in 2023. James Echen's reports for Joy Business.
Now, 3 hotels are among 6 businesses that were busted by the Enforcement and Tax Compliance team of the Ghana Revenue Authority for not issuing value-added tax invoices. Today's operations focused on businesses in the Achimota, Amasaman and Domin Pilatu metropolis for not issuing the Commissioner General's invoice. There is more in this report.
One against Section 41, Regulation 20, Regulation 21 or paragraph 21 of the regulation. So we are here to arrest you and also take all the receipts, the receipt book of this one and all other receipts. So that is the reason why we are here. It's only 2 things. We take all the receipt books of this one and also hand you over to the CID.
The team from the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service picked up officials of 3 hotels and 3 local retail operators who were busily serving customers at the time of their arrest. The exercise is part of a continuous effort by the authority to mobilize revenue for the state. According to head of the team, Joseph Annan, the culprits will be charged accordingly.
Today, our efforts took us to Achimota, and the company we visited is the Benuela Mother Care, that is at Achimota. Then George Nyaku Ventures, also Achimota. Diva Cosmetics, Achimota. Royal Inn Hotel, Amasaman. Raf Hotel, Domi. And then Parkview Hotel, Domi. Those where we are having this brief. Like I always say, they have been arrested. That is the owners or manager of these businesses have been arrested. The CID is taking them to the office. Their statements will be taken. And from there, they will come to my office where preemptive assessments will be established and the payments will be done immediately. And then we'll recommend them for full audit, because once VAT is suffering, then your guess will be as good as mine. Other taxes will also suffer. And beyond that, the CID will continue with their investigations, and the docket will be built. And then the legal unit of GRA will take over the process and then decide on how to treat each and every case.
Mr. Annan added that the exercise has over the period helped to improve upon compliance.
If you look at the growth in the VAT collection, it's been very phenomenal. Right from the last quarter of last year through to date, it keeps increasing. So we believe that this is really giving us some good returns. And I want to believe that this year we have been given a target of 84% growth. And I believe we can even achieve that, yes. Because last year we started just the last quarter. And the impact that it made in terms of collection was quite great. Yes, so I believe the message is going down well with the public.
Failure to issue the VAT invoice has denied the state of revenue to embark on certain government businesses.
More tonight, Anglo Gold Ashanti says it will deepen collaboration with its stakeholders to create a resilient and socio-economically self-sustaining communities within Obuasi as part of efforts in achieving its 10-year socio-economic development plan. According to Senior Manager Sustainability at Anglo Gold Ashanti Obuasi Mine, Emmanuel Beidu, they will be working on 3 pillars mapped out to diversify the local economy of Obuasi while improving cross-section partnership. Mr. Beidu spoke to Joy Business on the sidelines of the 2023 Ghana Mining and Energy Summit in Accra.
The 10 years, work with all our stakeholders to contribute to building a resilient and socio-economically self-sustaining Obuasi. And I'm very emphatic Obuasi because everybody mentions Obuasi. And to be able to do this, 3 levels or 3 pillars of outcomes were identified. So we have an outcome around improving social development in and around Obuasi. We have an outcome around diversifying the local economy and an outcome around improving cross-section partnership. And to be able to achieve these intermediate outcomes, there are a number of immediate outcomes we seek to work towards to achieve. In terms of diversifying the local economy, we have skills and entrepreneurship, we have industrialization, we have agriculture. In terms of social development, we have health, we have education, we have water, sanitation and hygiene, and then we also have community infrastructure. And to be able to put all these together, we want to move away from the tradition again of mining companies feeling that we can do it all.
The National Pensions Regulatory Authority is calling for more support from the World Bank to aid in its capacity building efforts. According to its Chief Executive Officer, Hayford Atakrofi, his outfit is open to engaging various stakeholders to expand the pension space. Speaking to Joy Business at the end of a Swiss-financed project, he expressed optimism that the governance or structure of the authority had been strengthened.
The SECO project, as you rightly said, started from 2014, in 2 phases. The first phase was to help develop our internal capacities as a pensions regulator and to make us credible as a regulator, and also to help with sensitization and education work. Then the second phase was to help build the governance structure so that we can meet international standards, and also to help us develop our risk-based supervision system so that we can meet all the international standards. Today we have brought it to a successful end, and we've met to say a big thank you to them, and of course to think about the sustainability of it, how we can utilize the support that we have given them and the capacity that they have built for us going forward, so that NPRA will become a stronger and a more credible regulator. There is always a need for more training. See, the World Bank is not new to NPRA. When NPRA was established in 2010, it was the World Bank that came to our aid in the very formative years. And indeed, it's through the World Bank that we became known to the Swiss government, and then this engagement or support came. So the World Bank is always a development partner that we can always rely on, and call upon. Today they were invited to the event. And they have always and consistently shown support for the pensions industry. They have assisted us in many diverse ways, even in our thrust into the informal sector. We have done some work with them. So they are a very credible and reliable partners that we can always call upon.
The Adeshiman Savings and Loans Company Limited has partnered with the Ghana Commodity Exchange to offer commodity-backed loans to smallholder farmers and aggregators under a warehouse receipt financing scheme. Under the scheme, agricultural commodities will be used as collateral to secure loans. This arrangement means that interested farmers can store their commodities at a certified independent warehouse, secure the loan, repay after selling the farm produce. Speaking to Joy Business after signing the ceremony, Managing Director of Adeshiman, Joe Eminem, noted that the agreement would allow farmers use receipts to access funds from Adeshiman. The warehouse receipt financing scheme comes at a time when smallholder farmers face serious financial challenges as they cannot access funds from the banking sector to finance the operations. In a short remark after the signing ceremony, Managing Director of Adeshiman Savings and Loans Company, Joe Eminem, expressed hope that farmers will take advantage of the opportunity and avail themselves to secure loans that offer them the peace of mind to operate.
This partnership, at the end of the day, is to help the smallholder farmers. Because what we know is that because their financial capacity is not there and they don't have storage facilities and other things, they are forced to sell their produce as soon as they harvest. So this will allow them to store their produce, and then with the warehouse of Ghana Commodity Exchange. And based on that, we can give them 70% of the value of their produce, and then when the season is out, then they can go back and get a higher price.
On his part, Chief Operating Officer of the Ghana Commodity Exchange, Robert Owu, was optimistic. Agreements such as these would help boost trading activities on the commodity exchange market.
So for the Ghana Commodity Exchange, financial institutions like Adeshiman and Savings and Loan is very key to help our farmers to be able to improve on their cultivation, and also allows them to get better prices for the commodities. And on the other side of the divide where the buyers are, the buyers can also get the quantities and the qualities that they need. So it's a whole chain, and they play a very key role in this chain.
Meanwhile, the agreement is expected, among other things, create opportunities for smallholder farmers to access credit for their farming activities. Meanwhile, Yao Idupoku, chair of the Competitive Africa Rice Platform Ghana, thinks the initiative is not feasible. According to him, there are not enough logistics to execute the project.
There is a challenge here because we don't even have the logistics to support this project. Let's say the warehouses are adequate and they are at places that you can access. We don't have the logistics and the labor and the mechanism to help you to really deliver to the warehouse. For example, we are doing peasant farm. A peasant farmer may do half an acre to 2 acres. The product, let me use what I'm familiar with. If you're doing rice and you do an acre, you are looking at about a ton, maximum a ton and a half. That's about 10 to 15, what we call anto bag. That big sacks that can take 100 kg. Getting a truck to pick this 100 kg from your farm gate, then go to pick another 100 from another farm gate is going to be a challenge. So we all have to have a delivery point. Is the delivery points right there so that the farmer will deliver to that delivery point where commodity exchange may do their cleaning and do their examination before they accept. These are some of the things we need to put in place. And mind you, Adeshima will not take this extra cost. They will tell you we do 1,000 cedis, and the interest charges is 10%, 40%. So if it's 10%, you have to give us 1,100 at the end of the day. They will not go into the nitty-gritty, and then you are in trouble. By the time you finish, you cannot get that 1,000 back, and then fail. So we need to address all these challenges, make it interesting enough for the farmer to say, yes, my products are going to commodity exchange. And me knowing commodity exchange coming in to help me get the right quality and quantity will rather go to commodity exchange than to buy from the farm. So we need to address the challenges, which is inherent, which is real.
More on agric. For decades in Ghana, seedlings of cocoa, rubber, and other tree crops have been raised using topsoil. This destroys the land as the top layer that would have been used for planting is taken for nursery, a very unsustainable practice. But Cocoa Board is seeking to change the narrative as it adopts a soilless growing medium to raise cocoa seedlings at its nurseries across the country. Now, in the following report, Joy Business examines how the product manufactured by a Ghanaian company, Chris Fiber Limited, and partner Atmos Logistics may hold a solution to efforts by Cocoa Board to go green.
Every year, Cocoa Board raises millions of seedlings at its nurseries across Ghana using topsoil. This does not only destroy the environment, it also significantly reduces the survival rate of seedlings. Reverend Ahia Clote is former head of the seed production division of Cocoa Board at the time.
Using topsoil is an environmental hazard. You destroy the environment, you degrade the environment, which is not too good. Yes, it increases erosion. Then scientists all over the world, agriculturists and horticulturists are moving to the use of soilless medium. So it is a worldwide cry against environmental degradation and also the use of a soilless medium. So I would strongly recommend that not only cocoa board, but NGOs, horticulturists all over Ghana should resort to the use of soilless.
But Cocoa Board is seeking to change this narrative as it introduces a soilless growing medium. This means millions of cocoa seedlings will now be raised without topsoil, but with a medium designed and manufactured in Ghana to replace topsoil. The Miracle Grow potting mix by Ghanaian agri-tech firm Chris Fiber Limited and partners Atmos Logistics is fortified with essential nutrients. This is to ensure cocoa seedlings raised in earth is able to go 9 months without additional fertilizer.
The Miracle Grow potting mix is a fortified organic soilless medium. It's a substrate of cocoa peat and other natural substances, aided with a slow release fertilizer that is good for raising all kinds of tree crops, especially cocoa and all other tree crops. The fibrous nature of the product aids root formation, it speeds up the growth of the plants, and is able to retain water.
The Cocoa Research Institute of Cocoa Board discovered in 2021 that cocoa seedlings raised with the soilless medium were far stronger and bigger and had better leaves and stems.
Most of our topsoil, their seed content is so high, the pH level is not conducive enough for raising seedlings. The pH level of the product is solid. It's been tested at the Craig laboratories and it's been certified. If you want to go best practice, it's better you go this way. Now, using topsoil is also harmful to the environment.
The all-inclusive organic substrate is environmentally friendly and is expected to not only reduce the burden of farmers in the search for quality topsoil, but will also boost Ghana's cocoa and tree crop production sector in the long term.
And that's all for this package. I am Pius Kojo Baka. You can get business stories when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. We leave you with internet.